Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we're taking a look at another new infantry hero coming to the game. His name is Cassius. Interesting. Character design. I like it. Except for one thing. His fucking weird-ass hook shoes. Not a big fan of his fucking weird-ass hook shoes. I don't know why he's got these weird-ass hooks on the front of his shoes. Seems like if you're running, they would get caught on something. Sounds kind of pointless. Okay, first and foremost, we got Cassius. Now, he is a Garrison player. He is a skills hero, and he is an infantry hero. So I'm expecting, right? I got to think of how this is going to synergize with Boyd. Because so far, they've all synergized together. So I need to see how he's going to synergize with Boyd. Now, Boyd's got good shielding, good damage reduction, good defenses. Let's see what Cassius brings. You ready? His weapon, twin arm blades, increases own continuous damage dealt by 6%. When squad size is below 30%, this in fact increases by an additional 9%. This effect increases by an additional 9%. So at max level, increases on continuous damage by 20%. When squad size is below 30%, this effect increases by an additional 30%. So you're getting 50% increase on own continuous damage dealt. Now, I don't know what you mean by continuous damage dealt. That's probably going to be with his main skill, so we'll have to take a look. But this doesn't have anything to do with synergizing with Boyd so far. This has nothing to do with shielding, nothing to do with counterattack, and nothing to do with AoE damage. These are the things that I'm expecting to see from this hero. Shielding, counter damage or counterattack, and AoE damage. These are the things that I need to see, okay? To make this balanced. Here we go. Continuous damage, not off to a good start. Deals continuous damage to the target every 3 seconds for a factor of 4,500. Okay, so this is a bleed. Deals a 3-second bleed damage where you're getting 4,500 every 3 seconds. No, every second for 3 seconds. When not in a rally for the next 3 seconds, basic attacks have a 50% chance to trigger the effect, dealing bonus damage to the current target at a factor of 2,000. That's it? That's it? That's what Overlord Slash does. This is it. So we're talking about 13,500 damage, which is garbage. Right? 13,500 damage, which is garbage. And then when not in a rally for the next 3 seconds, basic attacks have a 50% chance to trigger the effect for an extra 2,000 damage. So let's take an average, 1.5 triggers. So an extra 3,000 damage on top of your 16,500 damage. Ooh! What are we even talking about? Unless for the next 3 seconds, basic attacks have a 50% chance to trigger the effect. Are we talking continuous damage again? So is it because this, hold on a second. I might be misreading this. It might be a lot of damage. Because deals continuous damage to the target every second for 3 seconds. When not in a rally for the next 3 seconds, basic attacks have a 50% chance to trigger the effect. Continuous damage at a factor of 2,000. So that actually isn't too bad then. Because then you're looking at 6, so 9,000 plus the 13th. So it's still 20,000. I mean, that's really not great. It's still kind of basic. That's still kind of basic. Granted, you're getting bonus damage here. You're getting an extra 20% continuous damage here. So 20% on top of that is like 25,000. But you guys, I hate to be this guy. I do. I hate to be this guy. But check this. $16,500 in AoE. So 16. This is like 50,000 damage. It's like 40,000, 45,000 damage with no ads. This is just the damage factor, 45,000. You see what I'm saying? So like it's just a lot. It's a lot to have to deal with. It's a lot to have to deal with, and I don't think the damage is going to be enough so far. Number 2, looks like a shield. What? Fluid armor. When Garrison increases infantry squad HP to 12% and reduces damage taken from rider squads by 3%. So it's literally just HP, 40% HP and 10% reduction in damage from riders. No one cares about that. Increases defense by 30%. When not in a rally, counterattacks reduce the target's attack by 5%. This effect stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 3 seconds. Counterattacks reduce the target's attack. So when you're targeted, you're reducing the target's attack. So like when you're engaged, you're reducing the target's attack by... Stacks up to 5 times and lasts 3 seconds. How will it stack up to 5 times if it only lasts for 3 seconds and counterattacks happen once every second on a target? Do you know what I mean? So like it'll hit. The next second it'll hit, so you'll have 2. The next second it'll hit, so you have 3. The next second it would hit, so you have 4, but the one effect rolls off, so you're really only getting the stacking for 3 seconds at a time. I don't get how that's going to work. Unless you're sharing that effect across multiple targets. It doesn't make sense to me. Because otherwise you're only looking at a 5 or a 15% attack reduction, which is not very much by comparison. Next, increases infantry squad attack by 30% before the leader uses a rage skill. Increase infantry squad attack by 5% for each nearby squad. This effect stacks up to 7.5% times. Wait, what? This effect stacks up to 7.5%. So that'll be what, 5 times, right? And lasts for 3 seconds. So this is just a mistype. This effect stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 3 seconds. Then lastly, counterattacks have a 20% chance to deal continuous damage to the target every second for 3 seconds at a factor of 1,000. So he's just doing a lot of continuous damage, and that's about it. There's not really much for defense. 30% defense. A little reduction on their attack. A little bit of each HP. That's it. That's it. And it's just damage. So, like, I mean, Boyd Cassius is going to be interesting. It's not bringing anything that we need. And let's see what happens when we transcend him fully. So now we're talking a little bit better damage. Let's see. Deals continuous damage to the target every second for 3 seconds at a factor of 4,800. So now we're at, what is that, 13,004. When not in a rally for the next 3 seconds, basic attacks and counterattacks have a 50% chance to trigger the effect, dealing bonus damage to the target. Okay. Triggered up to 8 times. Okay, so now we're talking a lot of damage. Now we're talking a lot of damage, especially if we're talking about triggering the continuous effect, the continuous damage effect on this one instead. Up to 8 times. So now we're talking a decent amount of damage. This hurts. This hurts. I can appreciate this is going to hurt. 45% HP is great. Flat 45% HP when transcended. So if you want to use him in the field or if you want to use him anywhere else, you need to make sure that he has his number 2 transcended. Increases infantry squad defense by 40%. That's good. When not in a rally, counterattacks reduce the target's attack by 6%. This effect stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 3 seconds. See, that doesn't make sense to me. How can it stack up to 5 times and last for 3 seconds when it only triggers once a second? If target has reached the stack limit, additionally reduce its rage by 5. That's a very small 5. But I guess it's going to I don't understand how it's going to stack if it's going to last for 3 seconds. Unless it's going to reduce it at 6% up to 3 times, and then it lasts for 3 seconds. So like it fills up, and then it lasts for 3 seconds, and then it fills up, and then it lasts for 3 seconds. You know what I mean? Like if that's how it works, that's different. But the way that I read this is that it reduces the target's attack by 6%. This effect stacks up the fit time and lasts for 3 seconds. So it makes it sound like you're going to have this for 3 seconds, but it can stack 5 times. Right? So each effect will last for 3 seconds, right? The 6% will last for 3 seconds, but you can stack it 5 times, which doesn't make sense. So unless its counterattacks reduce the effect by 6%, that will stack to 30 and then clear, and then stack to 30 and then clear, and then stack to 30 and clear. You know what I mean? Unless that's what that means. We'll have to see. Unfortunately, we'll have to see. Instinctive deduction increases infantry squad attack by 9%. Sorry, going back. Why are you not max level right now? Thank you. Instinctive deduction increases infantry squad attack by 40%. Before the leader uses a raise skill, increases skill damage by 8%. And increases infantry squad attack by 6% for every one nearby squad. This effect stacks up to 30% and lasts for 3 seconds. So again, just more damage and then more flat skill damage. So he's gonna hurt. I'm changing my opinion just a little bit. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. Counterattacks. What do we have here? Counterattacks have a 20% chance to deal continuous damage to the factor of 12,000. If target is taking continuous damage, increase infantry squad damage reduction by 10%. So it's a 10% flat damage reduction. So here's the thing. Untranscended, he's going to be shit. Transcended, he's going to be decent. The problem is, he doesn't synergize with Boyd. He doesn't. He doesn't have, let's look at Boyd for a second. Let's look at Boyd and see how they synergize. Deals damage to the factor. Gain a shield. Nope. Skill damage. Good. And then, of course, damage. That's fine. No big deal. Infantry attack by 50%. HP by 30%. So he's like... Then a shield. Another shield. Rage recovery. Damage based on his shield. So like damage, HP, attack, shielding. And his only response is damage. Which again isn't bad, but it's all single target damage. We're in trouble, I think. I think infantry is in trouble. We'll see, though. We'll see. This is kind of just like my first thought. I've still been right about Nova. She's still super dominant. I was shocked with Me Talk. She's been doing pretty well. But again, Nova Ethan is still dominant. I'm concerned with what Cassius is going to bring because right now I don't see very much except a lot of damage. Which is fine, but that's not what infantry does. Again, it seems like we're trying to move away from all this, like, I don't know. It seems to me like we're trying to move away from like what the premise of the troops are for, and kind of trying to give them all a little bit of everything and kind of trying to balance them that way, which I don't know if this is the right play. So again, we'll have to see. You're obviously going to want to get him, because, again, his damage is going to be ridiculous. We're just going to have to see. I'm not nearly as shocked as I was with Nova. I'm not nearly as angry as I was with Metalk. I'm more at a... This is exactly kind of what I expected. This is what I expected. It's not what I wanted, but it's what I expected. You know what I mean? This is what I expected. It's not what I wanted. It's what I expected. But with that being said, guys, thanks very much for tuning in and getting to the end. If you like what we've been doing, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, fill the notification bell, comment on a video, specifically this one. What do you think about Cassius? And share this with your friends in Alliance. Get them involved, right? The more people that we can get in front of, the better. We're also on that trudge to 5K, so if you could do me a favor and hit that subscribe button for me, I would really, really, really appreciate it. But with all that being said, love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time.
Lifted.
Started with a spark in the middle of the night. Now the whole crew glowing in a neon light. Different walks of life, but we all found a lane. Roll through the heights, laugh through the pain. No ego in the chat, just respect them vibes. Everybody welcome when the smoke cloud rise. Win or lose, we're still one team. Building something bigger than it ever could seem. Hands up if you came for the energy. Stay because the family feels like destiny. No matter where you're from, you're home tonight. One community, one flame, one light. Get lifted higher than the skyline. Good vibes only, every single timeline. Raise your cups, raise your voices, let it fly. With the people keeping hope alive. Get lifted, never coming down. Positive energy shaking up the town. When the high guy calls, everybody rise. We're more than a stream, this is where we thrive. Electric tea on sideline. This is where we thrive. Late night sessions, memes on repeat. Every new follower gets love when they speak. We're making memories, one laugh at a time, turning ordinary moments into something divine. Controllers clicking, music in the air. No one standing alone when the squad is here. Dream a little bigger, let your worries fade. This is the home that the community made. Light another dream, let the doubts all fade. Every single moment is a memory made. Side by side until the credits roll. Different hearts but a single soul. Get lifted higher every day, spreading good vibes in our own crazy way. If you're looking for a place where you belong, welcome home, come sing along. Get lifted one more time tonight. Smoke in the air and the future feels bright. This isn't just a name on another